Did you know that the average Formula One car can go from 0 to 100 miles per hour and back to 0 in just 4 seconds? This is possible due to the sheer power and precision of these mechanical marvels. Engineered to perfection, these machines are a testament to human ingenuity and passion for speed. They encapsulate decades of innovation, technology, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Now that we've revved up your interest, buckle up as we journey through the fast-paced history of Formula One racing. The history of Formula One takes us back to the mid-20th century. The year was 1950. A new breed of racing was born, and it came to be known as the Formula One World Championship. It was a time when the world was recovering from the ravages of World War II, and the birth of this sport signified a resurgence of energy and excitement. The first race of this championship took place in Silverstone, England, a name that would go on to become synonymous with speed and thrill. The inaugural race was a spectacle to behold, with 21 drivers from 7 countries participating, each vying for the coveted title. Emerging victorious amidst the roar of engines and the cloud of dust was a man by the name of Giuseppe Farina. Driving an Alfa Romeo, Farina established himself as the first ever champion of Formula One, setting a precedent for all future racers. But the birth of Formula One was not just about the races and the champions. It was also about the evolution of rules and regulations that would define the sport. In the early years, the rules were as fluid as the tracks the drivers raced on. As the sport grew, so did the need for safety measures and standardizations. The initial regulations were simple, focusing mainly on the technical aspects of the cars. As the years passed, measures were introduced to ensure the safety of the drivers. The use of seat belts became mandatory, roll bars were installed, and fireproof clothing was introduced. Each of these innovations was a stepping stone in the journey of Formula One, shaping it into the sport we know and love today. The birth of Formula One was a time of excitement and evolution. It was a period when the foundations of the sport were being laid, the rules were being written, and the first champions were being crowned. The seeds of this high-octane sport were sown, and it was only a matter of time before they grew into the spectacle we know today. Welcome to the 1960s and 70s, often referred to as the golden era of Formula One. This was a time of legends, a time when names like Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart, and Niki Lauda became synonymous with speed and skill. Jim Clark, the Scottish speedster, ruled the racetrack with his unmatched precision and smooth driving style. His tragic death during a Formula 2 race in 1968 shocked the world and sparked a renewed focus on safety in the sport. And then there was Jackie Stewart, another Scottish driver who wasn't just known for his prowess on the track, but also for his tireless advocacy for safety. His efforts led to significant improvements in the design of racing circuits and the cars themselves, saving countless lives in the years to come. Niki Lauda, the Austrian maestro, was a beacon of resilience. Despite suffering horrific injuries in a crash at the 1976 German Grand Prix, Lauda returned to the track just 6 weeks later, displaying an indomitable spirit that remains an inspiration to this day. The Golden Era was also a time of rapid technological evolution. Ground effect aerodynamics, slick tires, and the introduction of the wings transformed the cars into high-speed beasts. The sport wasn't just about the drivers anymore, it was also about the machines they tamed and the teams that built them. During this period, Formula One started to gain global recognition. With more countries hosting races, the sport's fan base grew exponentially. From the glitz and glamour of Monaco to the high-speed straights of Monza, Formula One was no longer a European affair. It was truly a global phenomenon. As the Golden Era came to a close, a new age dawned, one full of innovation and fierce competition. The seeds sown during these years would go on to shape the world of Formula One as we know it today, so buckle up because the race is only getting more exciting from here. Enter the 80s, 90s, and the new millennium, the era of turbochargers, aerodynamics, and legendary rivalries. The 1980s marked the onset of turbocharged engines, a game-changer in Formula One racing. These engines allowed cars to reach unprecedented speeds, transforming the racing scene entirely. But the real magic of the era lay in the intense rivalries that emerged. One of the most iconic feuds in the history of the sport was the fierce rivalry between Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna. Prost, the calculated strategist, and Senna, the daring risk-taker, clashed both on and off the track. Their intense competition was not just about winning races, it was about proving who was the best. This rivalry set the stage for some of the most thrilling racing moments in the history of Formula One. As we moved into the 90s, we witnessed the rise of new powerhouses. Teams like McLaren, Williams, and Ferrari dominated the scene. These teams not only had superior cars, but also boasted some of the best drivers the sport has ever seen. But the 90s wasn't just about the rise of dominant teams. It was also about the emergence of another iconic rivalry: Michael Schumacher versus Damon Hill. This rivalry was marked by several controversial incidents, including a collision at the 1994 Australian Grand Prix that led to Schumacher winning his first world championship. The dawn of the new millennium brought with it technological advancements that further revolutionized Formula One. Aerodynamics became more sophisticated and the cars became safer and faster. Hybrid engines were introduced, combining traditional combustion engines with electric motor systems. This move towards hybrid technology was not only a step forward in terms of performance, but also a nod to the growing importance of sustainability in the sport. This era of Formula One was characterized by the perfect blend of technology and human skill. It was about pushing the boundaries of what was possible, both in terms of machine and driver capabilities. It was an era that saw the rise of legendary drivers, the dominance of powerhouse teams, and thrilling rivalries that kept fans on the edge of their seats. The modern era of Formula One was a spectacle of speed, skill, and fierce competition. It was an era that captivated fans worldwide and solidified Formula One's status as one of the most thrilling sports on the planet. This era set the stage for the contemporary world of Formula One we're all engrossed in today. Fast forward to the present day. Formula One is a global phenomenon. As we cruise into this current era, we find ourselves surrounded by an eclectic mix of teams and drivers. From the charisma of Mercedes and Ferrari, the tenacity of Red Bull and McLaren, to the rising stars like AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, each team brings a unique flavor to the track. The drivers, too, are a blend of seasoned veterans and young prodigies. Names like Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Lando Norris are not just participants, but key players that shape the narrative of this high-octane sport. Technology, as in many areas of our lives, has left its indelible mark on Formula One. Gone are the days of gut instincts and guesswork. Today, every decision, every move, is backed by a wealth of digital data. Teams analyze gigabytes of information, from tire temperature and brake wear to aerodynamic drag and fuel consumption. This digital revolution has made the sport more precise, more strategic, and more thrilling than ever before. But it's not all about speed and strategy. Formula One is also leading the charge in sustainability and diversity. Efforts are underway to make the sport carbon neutral by 2030. Hybrid power units, biofuels, and even talks of hydrogen power show a commitment to a greener future. As for diversity, the We Race as One initiative is a testament to Formula One's dedication to inclusivity, aiming to make the sport accessible and welcoming to everyone, regardless of their background. So, what's the bottom line? Formula One has evolved. It's no longer just a race, it's a blend of sport, technology, and social responsibility. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of excellence. From its humble beginnings to its current status as a global spectacle, Formula One continues to captivate millions around the world. Our journey through the history of Formula One has crossed the finish line. We've revved through the birth of this adrenaline-fueled sport, sped through the golden era's iconic moments, navigated the twists and turns of the modern era, and cruised into today's dynamic landscape. As we've seen, Formula One isn't just about speed, it's a story of innovation, competition, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Now, you're not just a spectator, but a part of this exhilarating story. Until next time, keep your passion for racing alive.